Hello everyone, my name is Gary. Today my individual research topic is soft landing support for refugee and asylum seeker trainings in hospitality employment. The client for our project is the Welcome Table, a social enterprise under House of Welcome. It uses food and hospitality to create confidence, belonging, and employment pathways for people seeking asylum and refugees. The current impact data shows strong outcomes, including 85% employment after training and $122,000 invested into training wages. However, the next step is making the transition from training into stable employment more structured and sustainable. My research question is, how can the Welcome Table design soft landing support to help refugee and asylum seeker trainees transition into stable hospitality employment in Western Sydney? I chose this topic because the project brief focuses on building a sustainable employer partnership mode. Next, I will explain my research methodology. For this individual research, I mainly used the secondary research. First, I reviewed the project brief and the Welcome Table capability statement to understand the client's goals, current progress, and project boundaries. Second, I reviewed external sources, including academic articles, government reports, and sector publications. Third, I focused my research on workplace transition and supported employment. Now, I will move into my findings and analysis. My first finding is that trainings need more than job opportunities. They need structured support to adjust to real workplace conditions. However, moving from training into an external hospitality workplace can still be difficult. This is because hospitality workplaces are often fast-paced, time-sensitive, and communication-heavy. Trainings may need to understand instructions quickly, follow workplace rules, and adapt to new team cultures. For refugee and asylum seeker trainings, this transition can be more challenging because they may also face language barriers, limited local work experience, and discrimination. The bar chart on this slide also shows that discrimination is a real employment barrier. According to the project brief, 31% of refugees reported workplace discrimination and 25% reported discrimination when looking for work. This means the Welcome Table's employers partnership mode should focus not only on job placement, but also on job retention and work placement adjustment. My second finding is that suitable employers are essential for soft landing support. For the Welcome Table, the employer partnership mode should not only focus on which employers have job vacancies, it should also consider whether employers are ready and able to support refugee and asylum seeker trainees. The industry context also supports this point. Jobs and skills Australian data shows that accommodation and food services is a large environment sector with 967,200 workers, but its 61% part-time share means employer selection still needs to consider stability. A suitable employer should have several qualities. First, they should be values aligned with the Welcome Table's mission. Second, they should provide clear communication and fair supervision. Third, they should have stable work conditions and realistic pathways from casual work to more stable employment. This connects directly to the project briefs focus on values-aligned and commercially viable employer partnership mode. Therefore, soft landing support should begin with employer selection. When the right employers are selected, the partnership can support both employment outcomes and long-term social impact. My third finding is that soft landing support should be built into the partnership mode from the beginning. Based on my research, I suggest a simple three-stage soft landing framework. The first stage is before work. In this stage, the Welcome Table can prepare both the training and explore by clarifying role expectations, workplace rights, and support needs. The second stage is during onboard. During this stage, employers should provide clear instructions and a workplace buddy or mentor. The third stage is after placement. The welcome table can maintaining light touch support through regular check-ins with both the training and the employer. This framework is useful because it makes soft landing practical. It turns the ideas of support into clear steps that can be applied. For the discussion and implications, there are three main points. First, the welcome table should use clear criteria when choosing employer partners. The priority should be employers who understand the program's social purpose, can provide supportive supervision, and can offer stable entry-level hospitality roles. Second, the mode should include a simple onboarding process. This could be a short checklist covering first week expectations, communication needs, body support, and feedback. Third, the welcome table should begin with a small group of employer partners. Starting small makes the mode more realistic and allows the organization to test, learn, and improve before expanding. This research has two main limitations. First, it mainly uses secondary sources and the client provided information because the project boundaries do not allow direct contact with trainings or clients. This means the research does not include direct training experiences. Second, hospitality workplaces are not all the same. Different employer types, such as bakeries, clubs, and catering companies, may have different levels of support capacity. So the same soft landing approach may not work equally well for every employer. For further research, our group should compare different Western Sydney hospitality employer types, identify suitable polite partners, and use client and tutor feedback to refine the framework so that it remains practical for the welcome table's resources. To conclude, sustainable employment requires more than simply placing trainings into jobs. My research suggests that the welcome table's employer partnership mode should include three key elements. First is careful employer selection, structured onboarding, and the third one is regular check-ins. By building soft landing support into the mode, the welcome table can create more stable and supportive employment pathways for refugees and asylum seeker trainings in Western Sydney. This is my reference. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.